Hello, truth seekers. You are now ready to read your karmic blueprint. You know the classrooms, which are the houses, the actors, which are the planets, and the flavor, which are the signs. Now, but if two people have the same planet in the same house, why do their results differ so much? Now, the key is planetary power. Have you ever heard terms like exalted, debilitated, or Mars Affliction? Well, today we unlock the power gauge of your chart. We will explain dignity, which is the strength of a planet, and affliction, the source of life's painful struggles and karmic challenges. This knowledge is essential for our deep dive videos. So we're now moving into complex analysis. Remember, understanding the planets, which is the grahas, and the rashis, which are the signs, is essential here. If you need a refresher on these concepts, please check the links in the description below. Now let's talk about the planet's strength. The planet that's sitting in your houses. What is a planet's strength? Can it even do anything sitting there? A planet's dignity, or its Bala, which is the strength, is determined by the sign, which is the Rashi it occupies. Dignity tells us how easily and how happily the planet can deliver its karmic results. High dignity means that the planet is happy and strong. Exaltation is one of them. It's known as Uccha. The planet is in the sign where it is most comfortable and powerful. It gives its results easily, happily, and fully. Now, what is the spiritual meaning? The spiritual meaning is the soul has mastered this energy in previous lives. The lesson is easy and grace flows freely in this area. For example, Jupiter is exalted in Cancer, which is number 4. If Jupiter, which is the grace and the guru, sits in Cancer, which is nurturing or home, that planet easily brings nurturing wisdom and fortune to the house that it rules. The next dignity is sitting in your own house, Swarashi. The planet is in a sign that it rules. It feels perfectly at home and operates with integrity. Think of planets as people. If you're in your own house, you're going to love it. What's the spiritual meaning? The planet acts with full control and responsibility, giving reliable, stable results. Next dignity is a friendly sign. The planet is placed in a sign that's ruled by a friendly planet. It gets along well with the environment. Its meaning is that the planet is generally helpful, though not as powerful as in its own sign or in the exalted sign. The next, we'll talk about a low dignity. This means that the planet is struggling or the planet is weak. The first low dignity is debilitation, which is a Neecha yoke. The planet is in the sign where it is weakest and most uncomfortable is the sign of debilitation. It's directly opposite its sign of exaltation. It gives distorted, difficult, and painful results. What's the spiritual meaning? Well, this is a major area of karmic debt. The soul must learn to use this planet's energy against its nature, forcing difficult, profound spiritual growth. The results are often delayed and require intense discipline, especially from Saturn, when that's sitting in its debilitated sign. Let me give you an example. Say Mars, which is the planet of action and will, is debilitated in Cancer, which is nurturing and home. This Mars struggles to express action in an emotional, sensitive way, leading to passive aggression or conflicts over emotional security. Next is the planet is placed in a sign ruled by an enemy planet. That's the next low dignity. It struggles against the energy of its environment. What is the spiritual meaning here? That the results are inconsistent and the planet may not support the house lessons effectively. So while the dignity is about a planet's inherent strength, an affliction is a negative influence that's placed upon the planet or house by another planet. Okay? now that we learned dignity, let's learn afflictions. Afflictions create the struggles, blockages, and necessary pain that drive your greatest spiritual transformation. So what causes affliction? First is a malefic conjunction. When a strong malefic planet such as Saturn, Mars, Rahu, or Ketu sits with or aspects a benevolent planet like Jupiter, Venus, Moon, Mercury, it afflicts the gentle planet, twisting its results. For example, a Jupiter-Saturn affliction in the 9th house means the planet of grace, which is Jupiter, is heavily restricted by the planet of discipline, which is Saturn. The lesson is that wisdom and dharma, which is righteousness, the 9th house, will come, but only after years of intense discipline and delay. Now let's talk about the malefic aspect that causes the affliction. The hardest afflictions come from the aspects of Mars and Saturn. Drishti. They cast their energy across the chart. Let's talk about the spiritual meaning of an affliction. An affliction in your chart is a direct reflection of a specific karmic block that you chose to overcome. So for example, Mars Affliction, which is the Mangala Dosha. This is caused by Mars placement or aspect on a sensitive house, like the 1st or the 4th or the 7th or the 8th or the 12th. The spiritual lesson here is a Mars affliction demands that the soul learn to master its anger, its impatience, and its aggressive will. The turbulence that's created in the afflicted area, often the relationships, the home, or even body, it forces the soul to develop profound patience, forgiveness, and non-aggression. This affliction is a powerful mechanism for soul refinement. So you chose it. You chose that affliction. To use dignity and affliction to narrow down your soul's primary motivation for choosing a career or path, look at the ruler of the house representing your soul's purpose, often the 9th or the 10th lord. The 9th rules your righteousness, dharma, 10th rules your work. If your 10th lord, which is the lord of your career, is exalted and sits in a strong house, your soul's primary motivation is to achieve high status and serve the society with ease and grace. Now, if it's afflicted via conjunction, say if your 10th lord is debilitated, okay, and afflicted by Saturn or Ketu, the soul's primary motivation is to master humility and detachment within its profession. The lesson is not the career itself, but the spiritual refinement that comes from the struggle and the delay. So you have now mastered the power gauge of the chart. You can look at any planet and determine not only what its lesson is, but how easily or how painfully that lesson will be delivered. Easily would be a high dignity, painfully will be a low dignity. This knowledge, now of course, if a high dignity planet is sitting in your 6th house, 8th house, or 12th house, remember those are the Sthana houses. So when a planet with a high dignity sits in your 6th house, it is going to increase your debt, disease, but also your service. 8th house, it's going to increase your obstacles. 12th house, it's going to increase your losses. So aside from these houses, most other houses, the higher the dignity, the better your results. So if you'd like to schedule a consultation with me, you can do so via the link in the About section, where we can deep dive into your own personal chart. If you enjoyed this video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel and for more Vedic wisdom in the future, and share it with someone who can use this knowledge. So thank you for watching, and thank yourself for watching. That's all for today.